One trend that you would have seen very closely is the rise of OTT, right? Which I'm sure to a large extent helps certain stories get made which otherwise don't find a theatrical audience, so as to say. Good concepts getting made. So has that also led to, like, there are only certain kind of films which work in theaters, and hence to find the right kind of film which will work there, so you are chasing a formula, as opposed to OTT where you have maybe slightly more freedom to experiment with stories?
Problem is there, Amay, and it's especially true for Hindi. So take this example of this Tamil film called Labbar Pandu, which came out last year. Not a big budget movie. I don't know the actual budget, but it must be around 10-12 crores, probably. In that range. It's a film set in a small town. It's about cricket and rivalry between two gentlemen. One is a youngster, one is probably around 40, and the rivalry is due to cricket. Coincidentally, their lives get intertwined in one way because of both being interested in cricket, and also because the older gentleman's daughter and the younger guy are in love. Okay, so that's the background. Okay, now a film like this did pretty well in theaters. It was a theatrical success. But if you take a movie like that in Hindi, probably I doubt today if people would go and watch it in theaters, because if you see the state of Hindi films, I was telling you, like, there are a lot of films which are working successfully in theaters, but if you notice, most of them are all primarily big budget spectacles that are working primarily. You look at Gadar 2, you look at Stree 2, Border 2, most of them. Okay, there are exceptions like maybe a 12th Fail, which was really an exception in the true sense, because it was a small film. When it came out, nobody expected it to do well. Vidhu Vinod Chopra is a name that everybody knows. He's probably quite iconic in that way. But if I were to tell people that when I tell this to people, they are surprised usually. They even try to argue, but then they dig up facts only to understand that I'm right. It is actually his first theatrical hit. He has never had a theatrical hit so far.